called negotiations, right? Politics.
And we're out of time. So you.
Hey, y'all, gravity. Any day above ground, live it.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, I'm back.
All right, we're back in the saddle. This one ain't gonna be long, but y'all know politics is my thing. I like studying it, and in studying it, I do things that most people don't do, and that is include the human factor. A lot of people don't include the human factor. Conservatives. Y'all fooling with MAGA, and you're going to lose this election. I've been saying that since Trump said he was going to run again. I've been saying this. That was 2 years ago. Y'all more focused on us negatively than focusing on yourselves positively. Y'all were out there doing more dunking on leftists than you were pushing policy. The crowd is here. They'll tell you, I've been saying this. I did that live Saturday. All them idiots came up in there trying to troll me, tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, it's funny in 48 hours how I get proven right again. Oh, the black conservatives. Y'all looking shaky out here, baby. Your white counterparts too. It's so bad, family. They're even turning on each other. Nasty work. We're going to show you all this, but let's reintroduce to see who's in the building. Daughter of the Most High, hello. Thank you for becoming a member. Remember, it's only 99 cents. Help me reinvest back in the platform, buy toys and clothes for the baby. And when you let us know that you've become a member, or you let us know how long you've been a member, or give us a super chat or super sticker, we tell you how much of a blessing that is. And you get this here. Thank you so much. Wallow J, Jerry Bedford, hello. Reparations Nation, hello. Miss Nisi, hello. S.D. Johnson, hello. Carla Lockard, hello. Lamiko, hello. Vincent, hello. Anthony Ruger Phillips, hello. Charles Gibson, hello. And for those who haven't said anything in the live chat or the comments, hello. All right. This is going to be an interactive show. I'm going to let you decide where we go. We have some people we need to talk about, and we're going to give you the list. Number one, as I iggy'd last night, I got into it with, very briefly, got into it with Anthony Brian Logan, ABL, for those that are initiated, I should say. I got into it with him. And I had a tag team partner. I did the run-in this time. I did the run-in. So we could start there. We could do dun 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 dun. We could talk about Talkz and how I know for a fact he listens to New Black Media. We could go there. We can also start with a very, very, very interesting piece of tape. And somebody iggy'd it in the last stream with the word cake. We could go there. Or we can also go to another piece of tape where a constant punching bag on this channel acted like a white supremacist. And yes, they're black. But I'll let y'all decide where we start. So we either start with ABL, Talkz. I have to mention this person's name because I said cake. Vivek softer than Japanese cake. Or a black conservative acting like a white supremacist. So I see 3 for fake 'em. All right. Y'all want us to go to fake 'em, aka Talkz. We can do that. We can do that. Because it's clear he listens to New Black Media. But you know what we have to do first? We have to do the customary house cleaning.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purpose, such as criticism, commenting, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, education, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern.
So right now I am trying to find that notification. Here it is. Talkz wrote this yesterday. We need to stop talking about crowd sizes and talk about policies and what each candidate will do for the country. Why? Because you'll find Kamala has nothing to offer the country, and Trump will bring America back from this 4-year nightmare. It's quite funny that he brought up policy in regards to Trump, when we have been sitting here listening to said policies from Trump. And we don't like it. There's no point in voting an authoritarian out for another one because you like him and you were following him around with your camera phone. But again, I say it's funny that he's talking about policy all of a sudden. Because I said, let me look. I'm looking at the first 12 videos on his page. These are the last 12 he's done. I don't see no policy videos here, Tatum Tots. I see you reacting to dumb shit. You reacting to Kai Cenat say he's not going to talk to Kamami. Okay. A comedian going after, a white comedian going after Kamami. I don't think he was talking about policy in there. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you a bonus later, family. This video just reminded me of something. You're going to get a bonus later. Trump flames fake news reporters at Mar-a-Lago press conference. I don't see any policy. You're talking about the assassination again. No policy. Gen Z creators hate Kamala. Okay, where's the policy? Honeymoon phase is over. Where's the policy? Joe Rogan said what? Nothing about policy. I'm pointing something out here, family. He's not talking about policy. He's just doing reaction. You know what? You got a live tab. Let me see if it's in the live tab. Your last live was 3 weeks ago. Maybe it's in the shorts. Maybe you told us policy in 60 seconds. The Kamala hype. Oh, so you put up a short of you talking to Chunk Yogurt on Piers Morgan with Destiny and the redheaded libertarian, but you want to talk about policy. Policy. You know what? I just realized something. I really just realized something. He was talking about policy, right? I just realized something. This is what I should do. Let's see what he said ever about policy. Let's see. Maybe he said something about policy. Okay, somebody quote tweeted him. Tired of people comparing crowd sizes, knowing let's talk policy. Okay. They don't have any. Where are you talking about policy, sir? Yes, and she's an idiot for stealing this. Why are you not engaging people on this? Let me see. Maybe you did. I'm looking. Oh, you're a tweeting runner. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't see you with a follow-up tweet talking about policy. Brandon Tatum, why don't you talk to this crowd about policy? You know, I'm sure it's going to be on the same level of you talking about police procedures. It's interesting. Everybody wants to talk about policy now. Remember, family, we're the Russian bots. We're the ones who told people this is what you got to do for a specific group if you want the vote. That's a policy. That's an agenda. They said we were crazy. We were being, black nationalists. All this. Now here we are, less than 90 days to the election. Now y'all want to talk about policy. Oh, I get it. Drill baby drill. Lock the border, election was taken, and government crypto. That's not enough. Now it's not enough. Less than 90 days before the election is not enough. Huh. Interesting. But I looked on your two biggest areas and I don't see any policy. I don't see any riveting discussion about what's going to move this country forward. But y'all want to talk about policy. Huh. Interesting. We're finished with Tatum Tots. Who's next? We got ABL, Vivek, the black conservative who acted like a white supremacist. I forgot the fourth one now because he pissed me off. I forgot the fourth one. Damn it. No, wait, that was the fourth one. Tatum Tots. So you got three. Y'all want Vivek? Shit. Y'all want Vivek? Say less. We gonna show you Vivek. And you tell me if this is anything you've ever heard before from somewhere or someone.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern in.
Well. He wrote this tweet. When did he write this? Today at 10 o'clock. So about 2 hours ago, a little over 2 hours ago. He was on CNBC. I thought NBC was woke. Oh, maybe it's just MSDNC. Say less. But, you know, they say NBC is the enemy of the people. But, you know, he's going to go on there. Say less. Republicans need to hit a lot harder on Kamala's policy record. Well, another one talking about policy this late in the game. Yeah! Isn't that something? Family, can your favorite non-tether do his dance?
Run to you niggas. Run.
Courtesy of Tariq Nasheed. Policy. Vivek, you mean you're the dude going to talk about policy when you grifted and lifted Trump's America First plan and just put a 2.0 behind it? You're going to talk about policy. Say less. Let's see. Favors a tax on unrealized capital gains, which would trigger a second Great Depression. Sought to abolish private health insurance. Favored a ban on fracking. He forgot the on, but you know, he's a conservative. We let him live. Opposes offshore drilling. Sought to end the filibuster for the Green New Deal. Let's see what he said.
Especially in the tech sector, you have people sitting on large, long-standing embedded capital gains. And
I see you sitting on CNBC. I'm sorry. I see you sitting on an NBC platform. I guess we come full circle because you were first known back in 2003 when you talked to Al Sharpton on MSNBC. I guess we've almost come full circle. There's still a little bit of a hitch. It'd have been funny if you showed up on MSNBC. You're probably still yelling at Joy Reid for not asking you to come on and have the conversation.
And so for people to understand what this means, it means you have to pay taxes on sales that you have not yet made. And even forget the stock.
By the way, family, I just want to point something out to you.
You have people sitting.
I want y'all, I'm going to play the video. I want y'all to look at the bottom right screen, and maybe it's me with the tinfoil kufi on, or in this case, the tinfoil kente cloth. But remember how I said Trump is talking about government crypto? Look at the bottom right of your screen.
On large, long-standing embedded capital gains. And so for people to understand what this means.
I know Bitcoin is powerful, but why is CNBC talking about Bitcoin? I want y'all to keep that in your head. Just keep that in your head.
It means you have to pay taxes on sales that you have not yet made. And even forget the stock market and think about even everyday Americans across
White
this country.
supremacist hand
That
signal.
means that if you're a farmer or if you're a small business owner, you will owe taxes with cash you literally do not have in your pocket to pay those taxes. That is a formula for a second Great Depression. And it is something that's been in the bloodstream of Democratic policy for a long time. Go back to Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders' plans of a wealth tax, even in the 2020 primary. I think this idea is here to stay for the Democrats. That's a big one. I think Tim Walz's selection as vice president says a lot. That's the first real presidential style decision we've seen Kamala Harris have to make. She went with somebody who at the state level has favored increasing taxes on capital gains.
That's not the reason why they picked her. They picked her because they needed somebody that wasn't going to overshadow her. Josh Shapiro would have overshadowed her. Elizabeth Warren would have overshadowed her. She could have carried Newsom. She never would have got a word off. My boy Matthew McConaughey damn sure would have overshadowed her. Such as it is. But continue, Vivek.
In that case, it was unrealized, but they have talked about unrealized gains and taxing them. And I do worry about that, what that means, not just for the stock market, but for everyday Americans
The
across
stock market, if there's not 60 votes for that in the Senate, the stock market doesn't have to price it.
Yeah, 60 votes, or if you agree.
I mean,
well,
right.
I respectfully disagree with one aspect of that because Kamala Harris has been the chief proponent of ending the filibuster to ram through her policy objectives.
Yeah.
And so if she's the president of the United States, and in my view, God forbid, a Democratic Senate to aid her, that could be 51 votes. And could you get to 51 votes on a major change in tax policy like that? I think the answer is absolutely yes. I think that's conceivable.
Absolutely yes. Yeah. Okay. Right. You think both sides are gonna screw their money up? Okay, dude. That's a screenshot. That's the face when you know somebody lying to you. That's your financial advisor telling you the market is all right, while you just had a 20% hit to your portfolio.
And so for a lot of business leaders across the country, one of the questions they might want to ask is which is going to be the administration that's more friendly to business? Well, we don't know where she stands on tariffs. We don't know where she stands on a lot of other questions. But on tax policy alone, the idea of not just raising tax rates, but raising tax rates and applying taxes on unrealized income, that is a catastrophe of epic proportion.
Y'all do it all day, but now she want to do it. Never mind. Never mind. This is the great business person. Screenshot again. This is the great business person. He ran all these companies, billionaire, billion-dollar companies. Okay. Like the US just figured out you can tax unrealized gains. Okay, dude. Thanks. We didn't know that. By the way, would you like a bonus with this Vivek piece? Would y'all like a bonus? I think you'd like a bonus. It's really quick. It'll take like 10 seconds to show you this bonus. Bonus. We'll give you a clue.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern.
It's funny. They got mad at me because I didn't come to them first about the interview they did regarding Vivek, softer than Japanese cake. But, you know, you just talk sense. And we may disagree on some things, but when we talk sense, we can actually agree. Shout out to Christy Kelly. We gave her props for pressing that man. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Politics makes strange bedfellows. We've taught you this for years here in New Black Media. And I helped to reinforce it when I became a member. But there's your bonus. Christy Kelly is not following your boy. So who knows? Maybe we'll Maybe one day we'll have a great conversation. A moderate, independent, and a Republican. But we move on now. So now we have left is ABL and the black conservative who turned white supremacist. And by the way, it's on film, so they can't deny that they didn't do it. Because you know how they like to lie. Now, Wallow J, you know who that is. If you're talking about Chrissy Kelly, you know who that is. George Trusty, hello. You said you'd be surprised all those Indian men endorse Vivek Ramaswamy being treated like a B word by Ann Coulter rubbing her cat juice in his face. I guess they all on that. Well, listen. Them white women love them some Indian men. Check out Lauren Ingram dating Dinesh D'Souza. But I see y'all want the y'all want the white supremacists. Okay. We'll show you that white black supremacist. What is them two words I say? Strap in.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern in.
I knew y'all would never figure that's who I was talking about. Oh, Terrence K. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm, mm. By the way, he pinned it. He pinned it. He's so proud. Now, why was this so funny? So the last couple of days, he's been tweeting foolishness as he usually does. He got upset at this, that white men are dressing like women, talking about they voting for Harris. But okay. Y'all won't go outside on policy. Y'all just gonna try to dunk on them. Okay, say less. Look, absolutely. Terrence is one of us. We are MAGA. And you know what, lefties? You can't have him. What? Are you serious? He is us. We are MAGA. Why did they say that? Well, apparently, I don't know what site this is. This might be TikTok. I ain't sure. Y'all can tell me in the chat. But he engaged in a video live chat. And he got his white supremacist on with a black woman. You know, the same dude that dresses up like black women. Would y'all like to hear what he said? Of course you would. He said, lies. I have never sold black people out. How is that even possible? Sure. This woman accused me of selling my soul and black people for pancakes. She almost lost her voice from screaming about how she hoped my business fails and calls me all kind of crazy names. You mean like them folk that called you, them Democrats that called you all those nasty names and you were damn near in tears? If I were a black Democrat, they wouldn't treat me like this. Black Democrats are getting treated the same way black Republicans and black conservatives are getting treated. When you disrespect black people on a whole, yeah, you're going to get treated just the same. My company, CousinTees.com, was created after Aunt Jemima was canceled. I didn't create this to sell my soul or black people. So you waited till Aunt Jemima was changed to the Pearl Milling Company to launch your business because they associate Aunt Jemima with us. But you're right. You're right. You didn't do this out of the good. You did this for the goodness of the market and the goodness because you wanted to be around black folks. You wanted to show black people something that you could get it out the mud. I'm sure that's why you did it. You know, again, let him tell it. Cousin T started off with pancakes. Now I have cornbread. Okay. Jams, biscuit, fried chicken mix, and more. I will never let these unhinged leftists cancel my brand. How do you know she's a leftist? She could actually be a Republican. She could be conservative. There's a lot of conservatives that don't like you, Terrence, but that's okay. If you want to try any of my food products, follow Real Cousin Tees or go to cousintees.com, use code X at checkout. Well, at least he kept it simple. Let's see what happened when they had this exchange. Now, he has his products in the background, smart marketing. So here we go.
What you got?
You sold your soul to turn your back on your own people. You already fucking
Who
failed.
did I sell my soul to?
Failure. You are a failure.
You sold your soul to Trump and MAGA, sir. You sold your soul, sir. You know what? I can't even do it. We're gonna go on to the next person. I gotta go.
Wait, Wilson.
Bullshit. Oh, you thought I was leaving. Maybe I should have played the outro. Then you probably would have thought I was leaving. Oh, Terrence K, you give us so much. You give us so much content. Thank you, sir. It'll be sad when MAGA loses and you're relegated to complain and nobody's gonna care.
What you got?
You sold your soul to turn your back on your own people. You already fucking
Who
failed.
did I sell my soul to?
Number one, Terrence K, how are you gonna go on a live stream and lie to them folk like that? Like we had not seen you do the transaction of selling your soul. Sir, you sold your soul for a drumstick. Family, would you like to have that debate if it was original recipe or extra crispy? You sold your soul for a purple shirt, your glasses, and a drumstick. He didn't even sell his soul for the MAGA hat, Brother Torian. And good afternoon. You sold your soul for a drumstick. You didn't even get the wax paper in the box. That's how much you sold your soul for. Sir, people only know you because of that viral video. It's not like, sir, okay, I'm really about to hurt your soul, sir. At least that baby coon that looks like an old man in the face, CJ Pearson, at least his adoptive parents at least sent him outside to talk about conservative politics, even though he shouldn't be out there at 12 talking about conservative politics. But that's how we knew about him, that and the school video. At least he was talking about politics. You sat in a car making jokes, eating fried chicken. Am I lying, sir? Think about it. When you sit down one day and you're looking at your products, them folk only like you because you're a minstrel show. They don't go to CJ Pearson and say, oh, you're a minstrel show. No. They don't do that with Little Miss Self-Hate, Amala Ekpanovi. No. They didn't do that with Candace Owens. She didn't come outside and act like a minstrel show. She grifted. Tatum Tots was out there being anti-black. Your first impression is the one they remember. They look to you for comedy. You don't believe me? We've gone through your threads many a time. Terrence is so funny. Whenever I have a bad day, I'll look at the Terrence K video and I'll laugh. think about it like this, Terrence. When your people get a hold of this video, I guarantee if I go look in that comment thread, it's going to be more of them going in on the people than defending you. We'll go look, but let's finish this off.
Failure. You are a failure. You are a failure. You have failed by.
I'm a failure, and I sold my soul because I own pancakes.
Failure. You are a failure. You are a failure. You have.
Sir, let me ask you a question. How's pancakes going to help MAGA? You know what? As long as you've been going to Trump rallies, how come you don't have a dedicated buffet table with your products? Since Trump loves you so much, why don't you hire a few people, get some cast iron pans, some sternos, some of them aluminum pans from Dollar Tree, and the what they call them, the metal racks, and serve MAGA some breakfast. You know, you could even charge just to keep the line low. You can charge a breakfast buffet. You could have the fried chicken out there. You could have the jam. You could have the pancakes, the waffles, the cornbread, and you can sell your products. You could have it in a U-Haul trailer. If Trump loves you that much. No, you're sitting there in a full suit and sneakers with a goddamn MAGA hat on with white folk. I dropped my goddamn phone because they want me to talk about coons. Going like this at Trump rallies. But Trump is all about business, but he won't let you business. Think about that, family. He's so much business, Trump won't let him business at a Trump rally. But when people call you out now you ain't got no response. Oh, you talking about spatula? I got something for y'all. Hold on. I got hella spatulas. I'm chef. I got hella spatulas. Damn black conservatives, boy. All right, which one? Which one we using? Terrence, which one? You want the silicone? My wife had eggs, so it's a little dirty. Leave me alone. You want the silicone or you want the fish spatula? Which one, sir? The flip them. Which one? Which one, sir? But let's continue. You got more?
You have failed. You are F. You are a failure. You sold yourself to your own people. You are an absolute failure. You are never gonna fucking succeed because you are absolutely a sellout, loser, failure, ass, trash panda.
I didn't hear her yelling, but okay, maybe she yelled at the end. George, Carla's an older female. I think she's Gen X. And here's the problem, George. They don't want no Call of Duty commandos in the army. They ain't no AUVs and juggernauts that they can go shoot to go and stop the enemy. Yes, she called him a trash panda.
You a failure with millions of followers. That makes sense. I'd rather be.
There we go. With millions of followers. How does he have millions of followers? Lady, have you seen this man's page? Let's go see this million one time. Let's go see. 1.8. Ma'am, seriously? This is what we're doing on social media? Millions. His YouTube channel is dead. He don't go nowhere else. He ran to Rumble to put up content. They barely looking at it. Where are these millions of followers? Again, they only come to his page to see him crash out.
Mike Wilson.
When we gonna finish this?
You're a failure with millions of followers. That makes sense.
I'd rather be a panda than a monkey. So
What is that you just said, sir? What is that you just said? Say that again.
absolutely a sellout, loser, failure, ass, trash panda.
You're a failure with millions of followers. That makes sense.
I'd rather be a panda than a monkey. So
Totally
Mandy's a monkey. Yeah.
I'd rather be a panda than a monkey. You hear him? You hear him? Sir, George, you brought up video games. I made a joke. Literally made a joke. Oh, jeez. All right. Because Call of Duty didn't inspire people. You're right. Call of Duty didn't inspire people to go sign up. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. People in times of peace, people just did it on their own. You're right. Okay. Okay. You're right. All right. But monkeys. Millions
of followers. That makes sense.
I'd rather be a panda than a monkey. So
Screenshot. No, he's real. We've seen him on his YouTube channel. We've seen him. We've seen him live and direct. We saw Trump bend down to take a picture with him. He's that damn short. But there you go, family. Black conservatives think we're monkeys. But the funny thing is he wouldn't go out on the street and tell her that. Guarantee you that. He'd be the first motherfucker you ever saw in your life get put in a trash can and he didn't have to stand up to put his head above the rim. One more time.
A sellout, loser, failure, ass, trash panda.
You're a failure with millions of followers. That makes sense.
I'd rather be a panda than a monkey. So Mandy's a monkey. Your mammy's a my pancakes. I love it.
You love it. We've seen videos where people were like, it ain't hitting on shit. But there you go. There's one of y'all biggest voices of MAGA talking about Black people being monkeys. But that's okay. And notice who defended him. What did I say earlier before we played the tape? Who defended him? Let's see what these comments hitting on. The left will attack my small business like mine because I don't vote Democrat. No, sir, it's because you're an asshole. They bully people into quitting their businesses and force companies to remove faces from boxes of syrup bottles. Oh. You mean like how y'all on the right were shutting businesses down too? Telling people, y'all were out there doxing folk, making them lose their jobs? Because of what you saw them do on video, but God forbid y'all do something crazy on video. By the way, family, did y'all know? Shout out to Brother Torian for this. Do you know they're over there justifying JD Vance in drag? Yeah, them folk. Them folk. Well, Brother George, you got to take that to Rumble. See, the hard-hitting stuff, you got to take that to Rumble and kick in other places. You can't put that stuff on here on YouTube. Or if you're going to do that, here's a suggestion. You got to disguise the words. Hate for Trump won't get Kamala elected. You sure about that? Because it's working effectively because y'all not outside talking about policy. Look, they're so dumb because running a business for yourself means you sold out. This is what I mean when people don't understand what's going on with quote unquote black culture, you get responses like this. She's not lambasting you for having a business. She's lambasting you because you're acting like a minstrel and a stereotype. Fug 'em Terrans. What did I tell you? They're attacking them, not defending him. Skin color doesn't determine who isn't my. Yeah, okay, dude. Yeah, okay. All right. Just keep selling. Listen, look at these two. Just keep selling the pancakes. What did I tell y'all, family? Just keep selling the pancakes. Not talk the truth. Let me go look up again. Hate for Trump won't get Kamala elected. Okay, you're not defending him there, but okay. Because running a business for yourself means you sold out. Okay. We already went over that one. Terrence, have you ever thought of something? Well, not defending him. She's asking questions. Fuck him, Terrence. Not defending him. Dunking on them. This guy's cursing him out. He's responding to what she said, not defending him. Because if he defended him, he would say, Terrence, you're my brother. That's how he would have started off. I want pancakes. You have to make a living. Oh, so what was he doing between 2016 and when he launched this? What was he doing? Oh. What a horrible thing to hear. Oh, so you missed the part where he called him a monkey. See what I mean? You missed that. That's okay. Okay. But, you know, maybe it's just me with the tinfoil Kunta Kinte cloth on. What? Why am I defending a group of black women? We're not doing this. Not today. Not today. Not today. Not today. Not today. After what we just saw in the Olympics, not today. Not today. We saw black women at the highest level represent for this country and represent their respective nations. We're not doing this today. Not today. Not today. But last thing we'll talk about, and again, Terrence K reminded me of this, and I think it's apropos that we bring this. ABL. And then you'll get your bonus. ABL. ABL decided he was going to educate his crowd about politics of a state that he don't even live in. You know I had to say something.
You know, let me go here. There's a growing concern in.
So ABL on Friday wrote this tweet that says, I think the focus on Georgia being some type of corrupt state when it comes to elections is ridiculous and an outside ploy to turn the state blue like it did when they picked Ossoff and Warnock. Okay. Ossoff beat the Republican handily because he actually went out there and talked to the people. That's why he's one of the best senators in the Senate. People actually give a damn about him. And he's actually genuine. They picked Warnock twice. And the first time he had to go to a runoff with Herschel Walker. And you notice they keep Warnock quiet. George, there were no black women in the George, there were no black women in the breakdancing. Never mind. We're not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna derail my show. So he said that. So I said, ABL, we got to talk. You know nothing about this state. Go past Perry, Georgia, and Trump signs abound. Need more proof. Here's the 2022 governor race. All the blue states, all the blue is the cities like Atlanta and Savannah. We showed this. We watched the race from start to end. We saw the results from start to end. We saw the debates from start to end. We saw the returns come in from start to end. We saw the final result from them being tied to she lost. Sorry if you had headphones or earbuds in your ear. ABL, Anthony Brian Logan, explain to me how Georgia is going to turn blue from this. I need this explained. All the major cities and towns in Georgia went blue, except Valdosta. How the hell is Kamami going to turn this blue? So you think the Republicans and the conservatives are going to stay home again like they did in 20 and 22 in Georgia? After the governor just came outside and said he's going to support Trump. We don't agree on everything, but I'm still going to support him. I'm putting the Georgia machine behind him. Because what happened in 2020 embarrassed him just as much as it embarrassed Trump. He can't have that again. Especially if he's going to endorse his successor, who's hopefully going to be Republican in 2 years. He can't have another loss. Especially if he wants to be on that stage in 28, presumably, if he's thinking about it. Because you know, as soon as this election's over, his name is going to be thrown out. So I need this explained to me, Anthony Brian Logan. How the hell is this going to turn straight blue? Or blue enough to turn the state? How'd that work? Well, George, we covered that on Saturday night. It's still up. You can go watch it. And we had fun with it. But let's stay on topic here. I need this explained, family. How is this going to turn blue? We already know she's going to get Atlanta. We already know she's going to get Macon. She's going to get Savannah. We already know this. How is she going to turn the rest of this blue? How is she going to go to them races up here in northern Georgia, the mountains over here? How's she going to do that? How's she going to get outside of Macon? How's she going to turn this blue? How? You think these folk down here are moved that she had a goddamn concert with Meg the Stallion in Atlanta when most of this state doesn't even with Atlanta? They don't even like coming to Atlanta. The only time you'll see them coming to Atlanta is if the Braves have a parade or they go to NASCAR. And that's twice a year. Or if their kids don't go out of state, they decide they want to go to school. And I forgot about Athens. I need this explained, ABL. How is Kamami going to turn Rebecca, Georgia blue? How is she going to get them? How's she going to get Helen, Georgia to turn blue? And they got a whole German subculture up there. How's she going to do that? How's she going to tell people in MTG's, aka TD's big homie, her district, Milledgeville down there? How's she going to turn that blue? I had to learn this lesson the hard way because I had that New York bias in my head. My compatriot who helped me in this handicap match put me on. Who the hell am I talking about? Well, bam. Shout out to brother Great Black Shark. He saw the tweet before I did. He said, Georgia has not ever been, is not, and will never be a blue state. Folks not from here have to stop using instances where a Democrat was elected to judge the entire state by those occurrences. And that man lived here his whole life, so he would know. Conservatives, just because a candidate wins a particular state does not mean that the entire state turned. You got proven that in Georgia, did you not? Those electoral maps be messing with y'all. Again, I had to learn that lesson the hard way when I was talking about Georgia, when I first got here. I'm better for it. So I said, I guess it's time to have that conversation with ABL and these whole conservatives that talk like this on my platform. Then he said, I didn't say Georgia is a blue state. I said it turned blue when they elected 2 Democratic senators. No, it didn't. Again, the people voted for it. That didn't mean that they turned blue. They chose who was the best option. Then I said, no, it didn't. Just because it has 2 Dem senators, it's blue. I lived in New York, and once you leave the city, it's red as hell, especially upstate sans the college towns. ABL would be shocked if I took him to Binghamton. That's a college town. We go 15 minutes north. He'd be shocked at how many Confederate flags he'd see. He'd be shocked. He'd think he was in Virginia. They go to Walmart. They walk into the Walmart in Binghamton, college town again, barefoot. Especially when you get closer to Pennsylvania, which is a little further south. Oh, that northern Pennsylvania, woo! You want to talk about some redneck? ABL, you know where Peyton Gendron's from? Yeah. Redneck. Don't let it fool you that his parents were Ukrainian refugees. Don't let that fool you. That town is redneck. Between Buffalo and Albany, redneck. Between Rochester and Syracuse, redneck. Farmlands. They ain't liberals. Talk to them. Conklin, New York, racist. ABL, would you like some more help? Would you like some more help? This was back in 2017, family. I have to help the young critter. They still got the Klan up in New York. Remember, everybody went crazy when the Klan was in Brooklyn that one year. They went crazy. I looked at it and I said, did y'all forget about upstate? Hey, ABL, why don't you go live and talk to them about the Aryan Strike Force one time? I don't think you want that. They be going to Schenectady and Utica, aka Utica. They be going to goddamn Rochester and all them other towns, and they go up there and cut up. Y'all want to talk about some sundown towns they ain't even saying nothing about. Don't get caught up in upstate New York and you're not near a college town. Don't you get caught. So then I asked him, I live here. I told him I live here. Tell you what, let's go to Middle Georgia and you tell me if it feels blue. He'd feel it home. He'd feel it home because he'd been around this. He live in Tennessee. It's funny. Hey, ABL, I don't know if you still live in Chattanooga or not. Chattanooga is one of the worst cities in the country in terms of violent crime. I think you would prefer to move to Georgia. But I know why you're living in Tennessee. No taxes. No state income tax. I know. Then Shaw came back and said, that's where you're wrong on. Georgia didn't turn blue. Electing a few politicians to office doesn't equate to turning blue. Then he said, you know exactly what I mean. You know I'm right. Twitter is a place where people like to fight for no reason, though. So I get it. Have a good day, bro. You don't know. Then Shark said, correcting you is not a fight. Georgia is and has always been a majority conservative state. Atlanta politics do not represent how people vote across Georgia. You have a good day as well. What do you mean you know what I mean? So us electing 2 Democrat senators means the whole state is liberal. That automatically turns them blue. Here's the funny thing, CRU and hello. They come from these states that they have seen racism. And they have the nerve to say that. By the way, ABL, you're from Virginia, correct? Correct. KKK been operating down there for years. The birthplace of the nation in terms of the transatlantic trade was in Virginia. Virginia allegedly turned blue a couple years ago, right? Did racism stop? Did KKK stop? Did the hanging stop? Did black people getting killed stop? Because you said the liberals just, it's supposed to be utopia. Georgia So Blue, right? Georgia So Blue. We still don't know who killed that young boy and had his organs missing. We still don't know. I think that black woman who disappeared at that sleepover, I think that was in Georgia too. We don't know. This concept of blue and red has messed with their heads. This is why I talk about policy. Your policy should supersede your affiliation. But, that's okay. But I got one more bonus and then I'm getting out of here because my kid's about to be finished with school soon. I want to relax a little bit because my head is going to hurt because she's going to be telling me all about her day and she's going to be screaming. I got into it with a YouTuber as well. There is something wrong with me, family. I got into it with a YouTube. I just saw this 10 minutes ago. We should hop in a call. We'll talk. Hold on. We'll talk. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Now you've heard me mention this YouTuber before, Gothics. I ain't got no problem with her. I don't. This right here, what we're going to show you is a fundamental disagreement when it comes to religion and politics, which should not even be anywhere near each other. Somebody tagged her in this video. I want y'all to hear this. And when I show you the tweet exchange she and I had, you're going to understand why what I just said is apropos, but also why a lot of the black community is not messing with the church anymore. Well, let's begin.
To this LGBTQ thing, yes, they are. I'm seeing it happen all the time. What they did, here you go. They pushed LGBTQ on black people. And now, in order for you to be in line with black folk, you got to almost accept LGBTQ.
Now, is that true? We'll play that last part again.
You own black people. And now, in order for you to be in line with black folk, you got to almost accept LGBTQ.
That's interesting. So to be in line with black people, you got to accept LGBTQ. That's hell of a statement. That's a hell of a statement. I'm going to categorically deny that, sir. Well, again, we might have a difference here. Let's continue.
Preach Holy Ghost. Here's what hurt me. Now, I'm finna say it, you ain't gonna like it, but I'm giving you truth. When Obama put the colors on the White House, acknowledging this nation honors LGBTQ, I saw black folk and black preachers compromise. We gotta accept.
Correct. But did we all follow it? Now, again, that first statement, he could be correct, but then I say he's not correct because again, we are about the betterment of Black people. We don't have to, we don't care about how you live your life as long as you're not being degenerate with it or embarrassing Black people or having folk out there use you as a avatar to take shots at us. He fails to mention, which he probably will as well, one would hope, because I watched this and maybe I missed it, but hey, Obama really didn't care about Black people. I thought that was known. But Wrestling Reads, you know that the LGBT don't recognize Black folks. They silence Black folks.
Accepted because our Black president goes along with. I don't care what president, what color he is. If you ain't in line with God, I can't stand with you. And that's what's causing y'all.
Mm-hmm. And that's what's causing y'all to open them doors to every politician that has one of them little mini Bibles in their bag. And you wonder why the church is in the state it's in now. Look, where these so-called politicians that love y'all so much, your church ain't even full, bruh. I know pre-coffee venereal disease, your church probably was full every Sunday. Look, y'all not even, look, you're in the front. Look how many seats are open. You know, them same politicians that want to tax y'all churches, get rid of your tax exempt status, but you worried about who's standing with God. Okay.
Yeah, I'm preaching up in here.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting off with God because you're trying to stand with Black.
Black people have a unique relationship with God. All right. They go to Oregon. They go Sister Geraldine in the front.
I can't vote for a party that is for all kind of sexual perversions. I can't do it. I can't vote for a party that's going to accept transgenders going into women's restrooms. I can't do it.
So I take it you're going to be on the couch with me. Oops. Oops. See, this is why you don't get political data from a preacher. Oops. Hey, Pastor, you know they both do that, right? It's just the Democrats are more upfront with it. The Republicans like that because there's money in dysfunction. I'm sure you're probably going to vote for the GOP. Your man is over there. Your VP pick has a wig on and makeup. We've heard what happens at these conservative fests. Pastor, we've heard what happens at these preacher conferences. But you want to go up there and talk about degeneracy. Pastor, you want to talk about voting for a party that allows LGBT? That's fine. That's cool. You want to explain to me why you had a whole bunch of pastors sell themselves and their churches out to go on TV on the E network? Or was it Bravo? One of them. It was under NBC's banner. You want to tell us all about that? That Hollywood pastors show that they had for a few seasons? You would think that y'all wouldn't be talking about politics no more after you saw what happened with Eddie Long. All them pastors you seeing over in Africa doing that degenerate stuff, I'm pretty sure they're conservative. Yo, President Obama made Jeremiah Wright a star. Turned him into a false idol. But you want to sit up here and talk about voting. Voting in the house of God.
I can't do it. I can't go with a party that wants to cut little girls' breasts off to make them boys. I can't go with a party that says you can be a boy today and a girl tomorrow.
Good, then you need to land base them parents in there too, because that's them. And I'm pretty sure, never mind.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
By the way,
I can't support a party
Pastor Boy
that wants to remove God from it.
Pastor Boy, your church is in the South. Why are you talking about California's problems?
Party platform. You in trouble when the nation forgets God. I can't follow a party that wants to sexualize our children in school, put drag queens in front of them, reading them little children's stories. I can't do it.
Funny thing is, y'all's governors allowed it, though. Y'all's mayors allowed it. Y'all ain't got outraged after it happened. By the way, they did that in red states too, but you know, it is what it is. It's always about the Democrats, right? Okay.
I can't support a party that wants to take the rights of parents away.
I can't support a party that wants to put the 10 Commandments in school. I thought there was supposed to be a separation of church and state. I can't get with that. Everybody should be entitled to religious freedom.
In California right now, parents are being arrested because they won't go along with the sexualization of their children.
Right. And your pastors were sitting up there being cowards. Oh, we gonna talk this morning, family. They're cowards. They should have been the first ones on the front line saying we're not going for this. Offerings and obedience over doing what's right.
But there are many parents that are compromising. Y'all got to make a decision. It's either God or the devil.
So what are you saying? Since you're telling us you're not going to vote for a party that does all this degeneracy, are you trying to say that Trump's the only way?
And when you vote, you try to ignore it and say it ain't no big thing. But when you vote for people with these convictions and they get in office and they start doing these things, you got a responsibility for it. If you've compromised in any way, you need to repent. Stand up on your feet and give God some praise.
Interesting. So, since the Gothics wrote, blackness is a religion, pass it on. And I saw that, I said, what do you mean blackness is a religion? So I asked, I said, it's a way of life, just like whiteness, just like Latino, Latina, just like AAPI traditions and cultures. Then she said, it's not the same thing. I think you know that, sir. Laugh out loud. So I said, let's play. I said, how is blackness a religion? And she said, watch the video. And I said, I didn't. He's wrong for one. Number two, a pastor is not a good arbiter for discussing blackness. Because you just watched the video. I watched the video too. You're acting like black folks are the ones putting these laws into place. They're making it seem like it's us doing it. It's not us. But I get it. You heard the pastor say, if you vote for it, it's on you. Right. Because black folks consciously are going to vote for, as an overwhelming voting block, we're going to vote for little boys to be in the bathroom with our girls. We voted for tampons in boys' bathrooms. We voted for that. But we're the same folk that tell you we vote for these people and then they switch up on us. But you said we were crazy. We had to live with our vote. We said, cool. Then we started abstaining from voting. Y'all call us crazy for abstaining from voting. But then we point to y'all and tell y'all, well, if they're doing this, why the hell are we voting? You need to vote to stop them. Okay, great. What if the other side wins and they just do it anyway? Are you going to live with your vote then? Or are you going to do the human thing that God intended you to do and say, I'm sorry? Because remember, y'all said that Democrats are trying to limit black people and they just use us. Okay, cool. You said come over to the red side. Okay, I go over to the red side and I'm looking at governors talking about we're getting rid of Black History Month or we're going to limit how much we teach. So what the hell am I voting for? You said the one side is worried too much about race. Okay. So I'm going to go vote for the other side. Guess what? I saw the other side and the other side that they hate give a specific race a major law plus money. But we shouldn't focus on race specific agendas. You mean we shouldn't do that, but we watched in 2020 a politician make a promise to race specific groups, which translated into them getting the vote from that group. Now that person didn't do much, if anything, and they pissed off and they withheld their vote and they voted for the other side. But that's okay because your side won. That's okay. But if it was the reversal, it'd be a problem. But again, my point still stands. You're going to a pastor for politics. Okay. Then I said, when I say he's wrong, I'm talking about him bringing politics into the pulpit. We don't fall for that stuff anymore. We laughed at the pastor from Detroit at the RNC brought in, and we'll laugh at the ones the DNC drafting because you know they're coming. So then she said, bro, that's the point. Blackness as an identity, not a color, is political. I think you and I would agree that many people centered their worldview on that identity, vote accordingly, which is contrary to a worldview that prioritizes the identity God gave them. Okay. How'd that work? We go. She and I are gonna talk on the phone, but I'll just put this out there. How did that work for them Hebrews? When they needed something, were they God's people or were they Hebrews? When the Romans wanted something, they got it, right? They fought as one, right? The Egyptians, they fought as one. The 12 tribes, when they needed something, they were their tribe, right? Because again, you said, which I'm going to show her in a minute. Blackness is an identity. Blackness is a state quality or condition. You identify as black, not blackness. There's different levels of blackness. Black conservatives are in a very small tier of blackness. They don't identify as black. They use black to differentiate themselves in the conservative movement so people will pay attention to them. Because if they were really about that life, they would just call themselves conservatives. But we all know once they get something wrong or they start talking like we talk, they're black. Blackity black black. Then she said, and I didn't see this. She said, for example, no disrespect, but look at your bio. Saying black excellence implies that you hold that identity in a high regard, but why? What does blackness mean to you? I didn't see that. What's wrong with black excellence? I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong with saying black excellence. I don't know what that is. Is that a problem? I wouldn't have a problem with a white person saying white excellence. I wouldn't have a problem with somebody saying Latino excellence. I wouldn't have a problem with it. We're going to talk on the phone. We're going to talk. Then she asked, who is the arbiter of blackness? I said, the arbiter of blackness is the culture. Despite what a lot of folks think, we have standards that we uphold and we regulate when necessary. Which, there you go. So she says, so basically moral relativism, as in one's worldview and moral foundation is subjective and derives from the collective opinions of a body of people, which is exactly what the pastor was alluding to. No. So I said, you're still missing it, Sister Gothics. I said culture, meaning what someone views as right and wrong to them. Black people have I meant different cultures, but we could say distant as well. Different standards. He's talking generally and associating us with Democrats as if the other side has no degeneracy. Because remember, in that clip, he ain't saying nothing about the right. He talking about what the left is doing. When we're literally watching the right, because he from the South, we're watching Black folk on the right try to tell him that Jim Crow wasn't that bad. That what your ancestors went through, you shouldn't be compensated for it while you're still living, but they'd be the same ones outside championing when they're getting these SS soldiers off the street and they have to pay off. The German government paying off. I don't hear no peep. That's what I mean. That whole clip was him saying Black people 90% Democrat. When they're literally watching in real time that narrative being destroyed. But I know they think on November 5th it's going to go back to 90 for Command Me. So then she said, blackness is a color, yet you implied it's a way of life. When I asked you to elaborate, you stated there's an arbiter of blackness, which you claim is culture. So who creates culture? People. What am I missing here, friend? So I said, blackness is not a color. Black is a color. Is whiteness a color? The suffix ness means state, condition, or quality. 2, yes, culture is evident in Black people because it's diverse with different ideals and standards. Black conservative, BLM. 2 different things, but they all associate them with Black. There's differences. Just like I wouldn't say whiteness is a color and all white people think the same. I would never do that because we know, and we've seen plenty of examples, white people do not think the same. But we're going to talk. We're going to talk. Well, look, It's okay, George, and good afternoon. It's okay. Everybody falls short of his glory, right? Kurt Franklin cheating on his wife, and he's getting opportunities. Trump cheating on his wife. He got $34 million. Hey, all of a sudden, remember, it was shame to go get a divorce. It was shamed on. Now everybody's celebrating it. Remember, men were wrong for wanting to go get their kids during custody battles. We were wrong for that. Now, all of a sudden, now they're saying, hey, you know what? Maybe you should go with the father. That woman's unhinged. Society changes, culture changes. But there's one thing that's evident with Black folks. We have standards. And especially you, Sister Gothics, your people are not Black American. I know this is going to pain me to say this, but I'm in that same boat as you. Our people are from the Caribbean. We shouldn't be talking about standards. We have a conservative background already built into our lineages. But there's a whole bunch of degeneracy going on. But they all run to God the first shot they get for repentance. We can't do this in this generation. We can't. Times have changed. It's different out here. Every group is fighting for their collective lives right now because a small subset of people want to control everybody, whether it be through words, economics, politics, actions, through them cops, whatever you want to call it. Lamiko, no, there's no such thing as it should be religious freedom in this America, but it's not. Because if that was the case, then you would have Muslim kids being able to pray 5 times a day in school, but they don't. Because remember, they tried that a few years back, and guess who came outside and said that was wrong? Wasn't us. But God forbid we say, you know what? Them kids are in school for about 7-8 hours a day. You know what? I don't give a damn. I don't want them in there learning about the 10 commandments. I want them doing the stuff that's going to learn them and get them to survive out here. Maybe I want my kids learning about STEM. I don't care about the 10 commandments. We'll do that on the weekend. We'll do that at home. We'll have what they call it. We'll have Bible study in the house. I'll buy them a devotion book. They can reaffirm themselves one devotion a night. I don't want it in the schools. But then there's the same group talking about leave these public schools. They're trying to indoctrinate the children. What do you think putting the 10 commandments in Louisiana schools is doing? But we got to get back to God in a government system. Lord. Okay, before I go, let's leave you with this one question. Why did we go to war with Britain? I love how conservatives want to be the ideals of what the forefathers did, and they miss the number one principle of why this nation is the way it is and why it got to this point. The policy of independence and religious freedom. Damn. Christians left Catholicism because they were being persecuted. Damn. Hell of a policy. Them racist slave owners, they at least had a policy. Damn. Don't y'all just love it when I can bring it back full circle? This is why I say MAGA is full of idiots. And every time I do one of them what they call it, what Black Light call it, them vertical streams, and I put MAGA in the title and I tell them, come in here, sell me Trump, they can't even sell me that. I ain't had one person, family, and trust me, I looked at the comments, I ain't had one person say that he a man of God. By the way, who remembers that chick and her husband saying the N-word all over the place? Talking about how her baby said the N-word. Was she a liberal or conservative? Nick Fuentes is a conservative and he talking outside. Ben Shapiro is talking about religion. What happened? They ain't moving nobody. Damn. MAGA, this is why nobody respects you. If you were all at least talking some sense, you'd be profiled more. You would. Rumble would be a lot bigger than what it is now. You wouldn't have to be sitting up there complaining and having your content creators on there complaining that during the debate that they couldn't get on. Your site wouldn't have crashed. If you actually were talking some sense, that Amber Rose discourse would never have gotten there. Y'all think, yeah, y'all so mad that the Democrats are bringing in the top level celebrities and all y'all can bring out there to counter that is Amber Rose and Kevin Sorbo. But then again, you regressed in 4 years. That was the policy of MAGA. We're going to take over the GOP. Remember what Dana Loesch said? I don't care about Herschel Walker. I just want to win. She said it, not me. Y'all don't care about religion. Y'all don't care about politics. All you care about is winning. We've already seen it. Let me ask you this, conservatives, before I leave. Y'all got these big ass platforms, right? Y'all talk about God, going back to God. We putting Israel on our arms. We out here right now, we the people, getting them put in wood. How come when Trump won and he got inaugurated January 20th, 2017, we didn't get back to God in 3 years? Y'all were in power and we didn't get back to God. All y'all jumping in on y'all streams and talking about, oh, guess what happened today with them over there? How come y'all don't lead off with a prayer? Oh, I'm looking directly in the camera when I say that. Where's y'all's prayers? Where y'all doing all? I don't mind you do the reaction video. How about at the end of the reaction video, you start busting out a random phrase out of that slave manual? Since y'all all talking about God all of a sudden. I don't mind if you're starting that journey. Shout out to Sister Gothic. She's on her journey to find one with God. I ain't got no problem if you're trying to find God. Don't fake it out here and don't try to tell me about God when you don't even follow him yourself. And especially you poverty pimps. Yeah, I'm talking to all you pastors. I don't care if I don't know you or my family's been watching you or conversating with you for decades. The way y'all sold black people out, white people out, Asians, Latinos, mixed folk, immigrants. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. And you wonder why your pulpits are not as full as it used to be. Because people picked up on the grift. God forbid it took a global scamdemic for people to pick up the grift. But y'all gonna learn November 5th, just like everybody else is gonna learn. It's a new day. We're good with the Most High. You want to know how good we are with the Most High? The Black community hasn't collapsed yet, even though y'all swear up and down it has. Everything's correcting itself. Notice, I'll hit you with this too. Notice, all them supremacists they ain't been talking about that crime like they used to, right? Can't dunk on us with that no more. Can't dunk on us with that per capita no more. Can't dunk on us with that, we doing all these home invasions and smash and grabs. Oh no, y'all got bigger fish to fry. Y'all got them immigrants over there. Y'all got to go talk to them. It's funny. I've seen more Black people talk about the Bible and more Black people talking about getting with God than I've seen the people that's supposed to be preaching that every day. And the people who claim that their side of the ideological spectrum is about God, family, country. But y'all be the biggest degenerates. God don't like grifters. God don't like false idols. God don't like idolaters. Maybe y'all need to read up on the story of Noah and translate it to this era right now. What happened in that story? God corrected himself. God corrected earth, didn't he? Didn't he? Didn't he? Since we're going to preach. Since we're preaching, it ain't gonna cause no flood for this world to correct itself. All he's gonna do is move people out the way. And the righteous ones all be in front. Because guess what? The righteous, they don't say a word. I got to go get my kid. Hopefully you learned something. If you did, I done my job. If not, I'll try to be better next time. I'll hit you with a verse before you go. Look up 2 Jacob, verse 9. Tell me what it says in there about Esau one time. But anyway, I'm going to go text Sister Gothics, see what time we can get on this call. We're not going to broadcast. This is going to be private conversation. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy the rest of your day. I might be back later because I'm hearing that Elon going to talk to Trump on X. So I might be back later to stream that. I might not even provide no commentary. I might just let that ride. Maybe we talk about it tomorrow. So I'm still debating that. But I'm going to go spend time with my family. You should spend time with yours if you're not at work. And if you got grass, not the one you smoke, the one that you cut, I'm still jealous of you. I will be there soon. Anyway, y'all take care, stay safe, and you know what to do when the agents of chaos come to mess up your existence.
You know,
you damn sure don't play that. You play this.
Wait around. Yep. Start, yeet, and get out.
Time's up.
But did we have a good time here? Hello?
At the end of the day gotta end.
Get your money up, not your funny up. Big fucking move.
That's it.